it's great to have 50 plus years of history with the Fiesta Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl organization. How it got started, as an attempt to make certain not only did Arizona State have an opportunity to play in postseason games, right? Because there was an East Coast bias then, I think pretty clearly, but also a way to expose people across the country to this part of the country. I mean, we see it in our bowl games that kids get to come here to play in this game or in either of our games that have never been to the Southwest, that have never been to Arizona and never been to Phoenix. And we're getting to give them those opportunities for enrichment, for enhancement, to broaden their horizons in a way that they might not otherwise get. And I think that's also a special thing.
So when I think about college football, I think about the extra, right? I think about the bands, I think about the fans, I think about the tradition. Can you tell me your impressions of what makes college football different from the pro game, from any other sport? Why is college football special?
So I think the affinity is deeper for most of us than it is for others, and for pro teams. You don't normally, until recently, see the kind of movement of players between schools that we see now with the transfer portal. So that also helped us to deepen our affinity for those teams, because that kid's gonna be there, especially in football, for 2 or 3 years, if not 4 years. And so I just think that part of it is special, man. And families have connections to universities and to states, and there's a state pride and a family pride that goes along with that team. I just think that's a little bit different than in the pros. And because we know, I think innately, that most of those kids are never gonna play on Sunday, right? And so you see that level of effort, you see that determination in them, because this very well is probably their last hurrah. Right, and so I think that makes it a bit more special for all of us.
Tell me about the future of the Fiesta Bowl. So we know that the college football playoff is expanding.
Mm-hmm. Now the New Year's 6 bowls, including the Fiesta Bowl, we will be the playoff system, right? At least for the next 3 years, we'll be the playoff system. And there are a lot of questions about what's going to happen and how things are going to be affected now that you're in a 4-game playoff as opposed to basically 2 games, a semifinal and then a final. And that's what we're going to be working to clarify over the next several weeks, months, and probably a couple of years to make certain that we stay in that mix in a very prominent way. We're also going to be looking to figure out ways that we might grow and expand, right? At the end of the day, football is the driver. Those 2 games provide the dollars that we help to sow back into this community and communities across Arizona to do all of the good things that nonprofit partners of ours are able to do. And you hear me refer to the Fiesta Bowl organization because we are just that. We're not just a game. And our slogan is we're more than just a game. And now we have 2 games, but we're more than just 2 college football games. We are at the same time a college football organization, a nonprofit and community impact organization, and an events company. That 3-sided triangle is really what's most important to us, and making certain that folks, especially in the Valley, but frankly all over the country, understand that balance and understand that we are making contributions through those 3 different kind of avenues is really important for us.